On Friday I went to see Walk Off the Earth for the 4th time. It was a bit of a weird show. Like, a few of us that had seen them quite a few times before agreed that the set list was a little bit odd. They didn't play much of their new album stuff. I don't know whether it's the size of the venue. They thought maybe they'd better play the classic stuff. Maybe they think it does better. And the on-stage portions of the show where the VIPs come on stage for one song, it's usually the last song when you get to dance and it's like fun times. But this time it was like 3 or 4 songs before the end of the set, and we went on and it was like a short song and it was one of their covers, and it was still fun. And like the singer gave me a hug, and the Marshall gave me a hug, who is like fit as and he gave me a hug as I was coming off, and it was all good, and it was a nice experience. But it was just weird having to kind of leave the front and then not be able to get back in the front because you've just come off stage. And so we had to all just stand awkwardly at the sides watching the rest of the show. So it was an odd one, but it always makes me feel good to see Walk of the Earth. And Zach, one of the roadies, I'm a fan of his other band, and he gave me his own Static Prevails t-shirt, which is the name of his band. And so yes, because I've been trying to get one for a while, and in the end he contacted me and he's like, yeah, I'll just give you one. Because I'm on this tour, and I was like, I know you're on that tour. So the next day I had a few hours to kill before my train home, so I headed towards South Bank, which is like one of my favourite areas of London, and I was just sitting, chilling, like playing about on my phone, just enjoying the sun. This group of blokes walked past me that are like dressed kind of all in black and like with piercings, tattoos, and some of them had guitars in own tow. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're a band. But if they're famous, then I feel kind of embarrassed that I don't know who they are. Or they could say who they are and it's a band that I think are terrible. And so I just let them walk past me. We kind of exchanged glances, and I was like, yep, alright, because I saw that they looked cool. And I don't know what they thought, whether they thought I looked cool or if I was just being friendly. But anyway, eventually after a while I got up and headed towards the underpass, which is like a little skate park thing that's always kind of fun to watch for a little while. And I saw them again, and one of them actually was stopping to take a photo or something. So I managed to catch him and I asked him about his band, and he gave me a couple of stickers. And I checked them out afterwards, and they're like a metal hard rock band, which isn't my usual sort of thing. Like, Static Prevails are kind of heavy rockish, but they're not too screamy. But this band were quite screamy, which really isn't my usual sort of music. But there's just something about them. Like, even their older stuff that's a lot heavier. There's just something that's not intimidating about it. Like, the music's a little bit more melodic, and the screaming isn't all the way through, and you can actually kind of understand what they're saying at points. And the new stuff is a little bit more melodic, so it's kind of like melodic metal, I suppose. But yeah, so I just thought I'd make a video and I'd mention them. I'll put a link to their video, one of the more recent ones, and they're playing in the background, which is an older song as well. So yeah, that was a good weekend. It was an exciting weekend because I ended up getting one of the last of the pre-order box sets of their new album for this band that I just happened to chance upon because they looked cool. But yeah, it's all good. And Walk Off the Earth, it's always nice to see them, even if it wasn't the best show for us, like as older fans. But you know, it was fun, and I got to see some of my friends again, and it was a nice experience. So focus on the positives.